Hey, what's up, guys? Max here. Man, Arcade just got a buff, and it's actually really amazing, dude. I was actually surprised to see this go into activity into the this champion. I recently in my live account took him up to rank 3 myself, mainly for defense for Battlegrounds. He's kind of an annoying defender in this current season, and guess what? He's actually, if you updated the game and you're going up against those arcades now, he's even more of an annoying defender, giving you a better chance if you have him in your deck at rank 3, rank 2, possibly a chance at getting a dub. And one of the reasons let's cover that since we're talking about it, the defensive abilities. Actually, not just Arcade got a buff, but North Star and Silver Sable. But we're covering Arcade first because he's my favorite champion out of the 3, and he's my rank 3 out of the 3. The other two, one of them I don't have, and the other one I haven't even leveled up because I don't care for him. But we'll get to that on a separate video. So let's talk about his abilities, his increased defensive abilities. So a few things. This bullet point right here where it says Arcade loses 2 coins when knocked down from 5. So one of the things that made him easy to understand the fight when fighting Arcade is the knockdown. So a lot of people would push Arcade to a special 2, and once the Arcade was at a special 2, all you did was block the first 2 drills or animations, and then the last animation you just dex it out. Especially with the root, kind of felt very easy to do in Battlegrounds meta, and that was easy to be able to not get any coins on Arcade. And then if he did get any coins, you would just go in with a heavy, like a little parry heavy, and you don't have to deal with it. But now the final hit of the special 2 now grants 3 coins on the hit, block, and dodge, changed from just a hit and a block. So if you dodge this animation, now on top of that, he gains those coins. So it's going to be interesting. I think this is probably 2025's buffed defender. I said it before, I think we need a bit more of a defense since we have a huge amount of attackers for just offensive in the early of 2025. But yeah, let's actually, since we're here, let's cover all the changes that happened to Arcade. So the Torment debuff duration from his signature ability increased to 8 seconds at max level, up from 5 seconds. That is going to take a lot of sacrifice on your signature stones inside Arcade. Whether he is best to invest in, and I would say if you're using this guy offensively quite a lot and he's one of your favorite champions, then yes. If not, there is plenty of other just even tech champions that kind of do benefit from higher SIGs or 6 stones inside of them. Now the Fabulous Price's pre-fight ability now lasts until Arcade opponent is defeated instead of per fight. So this is actually, I was thinking about how this would be actually useful, if any, for me. But mainly if Arcade is being brought into Alliance War, I think that's kind of its main focus, or questing if you end up dying. If we end up using Arcade for any big high-end content that he's kind of like the main guy, you die, you don't lose them, right? So you can just revive, go back in there, and still have them. So that's kind of offensively already a plus. So we got 2 offensively situations where we have 2 bullet points that are a nice upgrade. The final hit of the special 2 now grants 3 coins. So this again can be both offensively but also defensively when defense. Arcade now loses 2 coins when knocked down from 5. Both, this can be actually looked as offensively and defensively, but I'm more on a defensive upgrade on this one. But again, if you're playing and you slip up and you get knocked down, you don't just lose all your coins that you kind of worked up when it comes to Arcade. You actually just end up losing 2. So that's kind of cool, right? So on the offensive side, but I think on the defensive side, it becomes very very challenging. Makes him a bit more of an annoying defender for sure. The Poisonous Claws, poison debuff potency increased from 40 to 70% on attack, which is huge. Auto block shock debuff potency increases from 40 to 120% on attack. Now the auto block debuff duration reduced from 10 seconds to 3 seconds, which again, I guess that's fair because of the increased potencies on that. So yeah, let's get to some like gameplay of Arcade and just kind of give you my thoughts on it. Now, one of the things actually we have Arcade here in the background is inside. If those are just the buff, obviously bullet points. But one of the things that I want to test out, and we'll do some mastery swaps, is the fact that the tech, where is it at? Right here. So he doesn't benefit from the Call Out Tech Mastery. Instead, he gains 159 attack rating for each rank invested and reduces the opponent's defensive combat power rate by 7% for each unique personal damaging debuff. So obviously shock, poison, incinerates. And then one little thing that people do forget about Arcade, I mean, just bringing it up again as an attacker, Arcade's fourth light attack disables his special 3, which allows you to go for a special 2. So let's say offensively, you're pushing the opponent, you want to launch a special 2, fourth light attack. Remember that disables a special 3. You can launch a special 2. Kind of cool feature for sure. And then, yeah, just some little things if you weren't familiar when it comes to Arcade. But dude, overall, I think the buff just really enhances this character. And then we're going to be looking at the signature abilities. Like I said, I don't know. I think the second bullet point maybe is probably the best out of this, but I don't know how I feel about investing too many 6 stones into Arcade. I think I would probably just look elsewhere. But again, if he's one of your favorite champions to use offensively, that might be the case when it comes to like 6 stones on Arcade. So yeah, let's get into some gameplay. All right, so here we're going to be going up against a Cyclops, which you don't really fight this guy that often. But what we're going to do is we're just going to push him, which I like. This is kind of how I like to play Arcade, is just push the opponent to the corner. And then maybe see here, go with the heavy. Let's see if he launches. There we go. We got him. And there. Go with the special 2. Got those little nice incinerates. We are just adding up on the tokens, and we just keep them in the corner. That's kind of like again the style that I enjoy, and I feel like very comfortable using Arcade this way. Again, if the opponent is like launching specials, try to keep, depending on the special, as long as the opponent doesn't push you too far out when it comes to the animation on the special. I feel like just pushing the opponent into the corner, getting some poison, doing some heavies, keeping in mind the auto block feature, which is amazing, But yeah, just looking at this fight, it's 47 seconds. Again, a very simple fight, and that's kind of like, especially just simple rotation. But look at the debuffs, the bleed, the poison, the incinerate. So this guy offensively becomes a very good attacker when you need to apply a lot of debuffs. So let's say there's a path, or there is a node in Battlegrounds that requires you to apply a lot of debuffs, or those debuffs get amplified because of the node. He's going to end up being a great attacker. Not only just a defender, at least for me in my books. So I'm glad that I was able to take up Arcade to rank 3. And one of the most annoying defenders out there, you guys know, Domino, right? So, she is very annoying. She has been this season in Battlegrounds one of my most annoying defenders to fight with. And so here we're just gonna go and see if we can, again, same kind of concept, get her to a special 2. Or get her in the corner, and we're gonna go for a special 2. See if we can keep her there. And this is what I was telling you about the animation, right? Depending on the but that auto block saved me right there. That was clutch. And there you go. And let's see if we can push her back. Very nice. And then keeping, again, the depending on the animation, keeping the opponent in that kind of like spot right now. Look at that. Dude, her lucky features, man. Even with the class advantage, she still has that ability to just dex out. But even though we also have a bit of a safety net offensively when it comes to the auto block, so that was very helpful, very clutch there. Still losing 6% on the critical failure because that's a SIG 200 Domino rank 3. But can he do dominoes? Yes. Are you going to lose a little bit of health? Yes. So, but it's a safety. It's a safety feature, kind of like a good offensive attacker against those dominoes in battlegrounds. And then obviously, if you saw there when I was talking about the animation, keeping her in that special 1 would be ideal because the special 2 pushes you far back. So it kind of takes her away from the corner, and that's kind of like at least the style that I like to play. In arcade, there may be a lot of styles, so let me know in the comments if you prefer a specific style over another. All right, so we're gonna be testing against this 500,000 Winter Soldier fight, kind of like the collar tech, and this is not part of the buff, but just a little bit of a showcase when it comes to that feature. So we're just gonna go and see how his damage looks like. That's what 1700, 3900 crits, 1134 on some like mediums, some light attacks. Yep. And there we go. And we're gonna go with the heavy here. Don't forget, we're just gonna. I was gonna go with the light attack to cancel the special 3, but we'll just keep it that way. And then I don't want to lose my token, so we're just going to block, evade that special. Okay. I'm going to go with the relic. Heavy into special 2. Very nicely. Again, another heavy. Another heavies. Just keeping them in the corner. And, ooh, there we go. Okay. And, bam. Like so. All right. So, like, not bad, right? Damage-wise. Took a bit longer than normal, but, hey, still really good damage. Lose 0 health. Obviously, Winter Soldier doesn't hit too hard offensively, but let's go activate some collar tech and see how that performance changes. Now, very quickly, if you're wondering what collar tech is and you have no idea, collar tech is a mastery that has 5 areas of 5 ranks, and so you do have to unlock it, and you do it does cost quite a good amount of units, but I would recommend this mastery if only you use a lot of champions that benefit from or even invest in, because you really don't have that many champions like arcade that benefit too much. Obviously, it's going to be only the tech champions, but yeah, you really don't have much. So, but still, in case you were curious about this, look at the crits: 1300, 2000 now. On the hits, my gosh, that actually it does a great amount of damage offensively. Guys, no boost, guys, no synergies. Ooh, this is really nice. Oh my goodness, I'm really digging this. Okay, let's go for a special 2. And then again, based on debuffs, he also is going to be able to gain like less potency on the attack, I believe. I think that was one of the points there. Okay, man, this is really nice. Really liking this. All right, look at the crits, man. Those are so lovely. Ooh. Okay, let's go here. Now, I did sacrifice my deep wounds. I was running deep wounds earlier, so I did sacrifice that portion to activate the collar tag. I do have 1 point on deep wounds, but almost keeping the same concept on the fight. Look at the improved time. You can tell right away the amount of damage you were doing offensively. Now, I think the biggest benefit you're going to see with the collar tag on arcade is if you're going to use this guy for battlegrounds offensively, also if you're going to be using this guy for Alliance War, I think that's where you're going to want to be able to swap the masteries. If you're going to be, if he's an important, if he's your main clear, right, or if he's going to be taking an important fight, like a boss fight, imagine that with the boosted arcade, if needed. That's really nice, man. That's really improved. Again, it's 170, if I'm not mistaken, or was it 170 per point in the collar tech? I think that was up at the top. I'm sorry, 159.54 attack rating for each rank invested, and reduces the opponent's defensive combat power rate by 7%. Yeah, so really nice, man, really nice. Again, I really like this guy. I'm not saying that he's my go-to tech champion, but he's a fun champion. It's nice seeing all those debuffs just kind of melt away the opponent. So overall, when it comes to the buff that he got, the improvements that he got, really liking it. Really liking. Let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comments. Let me know if you want to see something else when it comes to arcade. But I really like this guy, guys. Really simple buffs that improve on offensive and defensive. Take care, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.